Hey YouTube, what's going on? Mark here. Happy Sunday and happy Easter to everyone. So this is gonna be another Easter Sunday vlog, excuse me, to address the Easter holiday just like we do almost every other year. I know we did one in 2021, which was, I think, James Roday Rodriguez's Kyle Petty 45th birthday. I think we did the Easter Bunny 500 dirt race, race review in 2022, as we all know. 2023, I wouldn't even talk about that. 2024, I recapped the Pontiac Excitement 400, which was the very last Pontiac Excitement 400 we ever had, which saw that stripped off the Winston Cup schedule in the next year. Which, basically the Winston Cup Winston Cup circuit, Winston Cup, racing on Easter, basically came to an end in 2025, the way back to the way it was pre-2022, where there was no Winston Cup race on Easter Sunday. Obviously, how that went at my dad's current house, and literally that was bland, because, we could have done 2 days in a row, which would have been in one video, if we didn't stay up too late on Friday night, and then sleep the day away on Saturday, because we all know why, it's just me and my dad here at that weekend. So I'm not really going to talk about that here in the end. Because it's more of a personal thing. But this year is going to be a little bit of redemption from last year. I mean, obviously it's going to be more fun and more exciting and lit just for being one day, considering, he didn't really do anything yesterday. He probably did, but it just wasn't as big of a deal as it was last year. And, but I digress. Because of the circumstances leading into today, this is literally going to be an upgraded, version of the last Easter Bunny, non-NASCAR race day Easter Bunny 505 with, what we had in 2021 at the Appleseed house, when my dad's OG house, from when basically post-marriage with my mom and dad, with him and my mom. Well, 2021, that was James Roday Rodriguez's Kyle Petty 45th birthday, as I mentioned, and that item actually was fun. So since it's going to be the first, one-day Easter event at his current house, oh, he's calling me, so he's going to have to wait a second. I got to ignore the call. Okay, so therefore, so this is going to be an upgraded Easter at his current house. Now there's going to be a redemption from, that flop last year, but this is going to be upgraded version of what we had in 2020 at Appleseed at his current house, which we always know as my dad's crib, both this current house and the one before then, Appleseed. So it's going to be more fun, and maybe more than just my dad's family, and maybe my stepmom's family there too. I don't know. I know the majority of the Oliveras is going to be there, but we'll just have to find out when we get there. So he just tried to call me while I was filming the intro, so I'm going to return his call, and I will see you when we get to my dad's crib at his current house, which I don't know the name of the development of the street, but we're going to find that out today so we can describe his house and or development that way from now on going forward whenever we're talking about stuff that goes on there. All right, we made it to my dad's crib. It's the Cornerstone House. That's the name of the development. So that's what we're going to describe it as from now on whenever we describe stuff that goes on here. Oh, right here. Thank you, guys. I could have gotten it myself, but there was too much going on. Plus, the dogs go crazy. So they just saw a picture of I didn't want to get too much, and then I wouldn't be able to eat it all. What? Okay, no, there's just a bird out there. Nothing crazy.
Was he Puerto Rican? Oh, okay. He was cute. Yeah. I both had a crush on him. I never dated him.
I just had the dog didn't do anything because you really looking in the camera.
Oh, that was Oliver.
Yeah, so you act like he wasn't even there. That's why they didn't do anything. All right.
Do you like that one?
I didn't even know he was there. Right.
Oh, ese es el lindo también, ese bello.
All right.
How skinny.
That was Oliver.
It's been a while since we had yellow white thing. It's still as good as it was 15, 20, 25 years ago.
This year we're going to
We
go
did this off the back of our younger days. Another world where life has changed, and we don't do this as much as we used to.
October 16th.
You have season tickets, right? Yeah.
Amazing.
I was good the other day.
I'm not trying to. This.
Yeah, I was there with Mark, but I went.
How long you guys been?
We 13.
Okay, there you go. Okay, there's an actual bunny out where? Okay, you had me excited for nothing. I thought the bunnies were coming out because it was Easter, but I guess not.
Where you gonna stay at?
Yeah, I'm just catching up with the family now, considering I have someone special that you haven't seen since the Christmas Eve video, not last year, but the year before. Ta-da! Panda Man 14. Is that your name on there? Panda Man 14? Yeah. That's what I thought. I mean, I know he hasn't uploaded in a while, considering, he's been busy and such, But, it's nice to have a break from the things you love, including YouTube, because if there was no break, you wouldn't like it as much. Sometimes I'll take mini breaks to keep myself from getting burnt out, like I did twice, 2016 and 2019. Oh. Yeah, but the vaccine year happened a week before I turned 27. I came back full time, and I haven't looked back since then because I know how to balance real life and YouTube together. So, and one's not overdriving the other. Yeah, he wasn't with us on Christmas Eve this past year, so I literally told him what happened, basically. And the reason why we didn't go upstairs by ourselves because he wasn't there. Yeah, but maybe this year for 2026, when we get to season 6 of Winter Wonderland, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not rushing it, and I don't want to get there now, but when the time comes, maybe we'll try to recreate it. Me, you, Jamila, Aiden, and Sophia. That was a fun time. I want to basically get that picture printed so I can put it on my wall, because it was really time to myself that I never really get to have. I have all the cousins to myself. I'm sorry I haven't recorded too much. I've been busy trying to have a good time and socialize and mix and mingle with my family and stuff like that, and whoever else that my dad invited. So therefore, I'm on recording this just so I can get enough footage for this to be video worthy in terms of the length of it, if you know what I mean. Okay, everybody's getting ready to go. I'm sorry this video was a flop, but look at what my dad put in there. Suarez. Is that the clean version, or is that the Atlanta race win? I think that's the clean version. I don't know where he put the Atlanta race win. I gave that to him, and I gave that to him so he could have it. So, wow. He made really good use of what I gave him. It really wasn't much of a party, because it was more like last year more than it was 2021. I thought it was going to be like 2021 where we were going to be there for a little while, but we were there way less than I thought. So I don't want to make this video a flop. I don't want to make it look like that. So what we're going to do is do the garbage. And we haven't done any, doing the garbage footage and any of my uploads in a while. I figured let's record it, We're also getting out of the way now. That way, tomorrow after work, we don't have to do it. All we got to do is take the cans up to the curb, and this is going to be cool as shit tomorrow. We get to chill until the Spurs game goes on the air at 8 o'clock tomorrow against the Sixers in San Antonio at SBC Center with Jacob and Sean. That's if the Gen Play allows it, because if not, then it's that streaming site we go, and hopefully the damn thing doesn't die right at the end as we're about to see the finish. So let's get this shit over with. No, this is not a Sandy Ridge vlog, which normally starts off like this most of the time. We're just doing the garbage, but I wanted to include a bonus Easter version of the garage door opening foot sequence, just for the special occasion for the holiday. Don't be fooled. It's cold as shit. It's gonna be cold as shit tomorrow. This sequence is gonna be on what we normally see on a regular basis. It's temporarily on hold until we can get this garage door from half-ass working to fully functioning properly like it used to be, and how it still should be to this day. But it's not. My dad changed the code to a 3-digit from a 4-digit. That's why the keypad on the outside didn't want to work. That's no problem. This thing is 11 years old. That's exactly how long we've been here, since February 7th. But it got so old to the point where it started no longer accepting 4-digit codes to change to 3-digit. I'm not going to give that shit away, because I don't want all the creeps and weirdos trying to not only know where I live, but try to get in my house to fucking kill us or hurt us. So, yeah. But this right here is where the issue comes, because it had nothing to do with the garage door opener on the outside being outdated. It has to do with the fact that the lights flickered. When we had the first storm, not the most recent one, but the first one, our lights flickered. I mean, luckily we did power didn't completely go out, but it blew a couple fuses. We got everything on the inside fixed, but somehow it completely messed this up more than whatever was inside. So it opens just fine, but to close it, we can only do it from the inside. We have to hold it. The keypad won't even do anything. The car garage door opener won't do anything. So me and my mom tried everything we could. After the last Winston Cup race, I think after the Virginia 500, we almost got it, but not quite. So we have to like leave it up to a professional or someone who knows about garages, with or without PhD or whatever it's called, or whether they're professional or not, you know, if they know about this kind of stuff. So eventually we'll get it. It's only a matter of time, but hopefully we'll get it just hopefully right before, just in time for the full-time return of the warmer weather every day. All right, the recycling is good for now. I try to cheese it as best as possible by just pushing it all the way to the bottom, but you know, I can only cheese it so much when there's like a moderate amount of size, and then compared to a small amount. So I don't have to really do much tomorrow when we come home. All we have to do is take these out to the curb, and then we can chill until. Okay, there's nothing happening over there. I mean, something interesting happened over there, but I couldn't really go see it because I was busy doing this, and they went back in the house. So there'll be other days this season, I guess. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this, you know, Easter vlog with the Oliveras at my dad's crib at the Cornerstone house, I think it is. Yeah, if I have to look back at the intro of this video. But, man, quickest Easter since last year. Even though we kind of put more effort into this video and this year's holiday than we did last year. But that's why I extended it to include the garbage getting taken out. But I'm going to go in there and rest, you know, put my pajamas on, and then help my mom, you know, with something that might take a few minutes, maybe more, maybe less, who knows. But basically, she's not ready yet, but we're going to take care of that then, you know, after we rest, and then work on this and, you know, have our downtime, drink ice cold Coke, and then get ourselves ready for the work week. Starting tomorrow when we go stack them up like Kenny Wallace on more Coca-Cola at Big Lots. So there's only 4 Spurs games left for the regular season before the playoffs start on April 18th. And they're including another NASCAR San Antonio doubleheader this Sunday. The Food City 500 at Bristol first on the cable. Then we'll hopefully switch to the Gen Play if it wants to work for the season finale at the best time. So we can watch on the final home regular season finale with on the TV like we should. Appropriate enough, you know. The last broadcast with Jacob and Sean, because apparently starting this year they took away the local broadcast for the first round of the playoffs, and the last year they had it was last year when Jacob Toby first got there after replacing Bill Land in the broadcast booth due to Oh Mama Wembanyama's retirement. But we all know we didn't make the playoffs for the 6th year in a row, and then we finally get back there and they take it away so Jacob Toby doesn't get the broadcast the first round of the playoffs, which that's how it usually goes, unfortunately. And we know how that works in live. That mechanics like that have worked in general. But I digress. There's going to be 4 Spurs game reviews. We're going to do a Spurs roundup episode in between the regular season finale. And, of course, you know, the start of the playoffs to preview what we're to expect in 2026 playoff, how far I think we can get, and see if we can have a good shot at winning the championship, and not like, you know, most people are expecting, analysts, fans alike. And then hopefully, you know, which will be the Carter Bryant installment. I heard a car door slam, but we're going to go check it out like Kevin LePage maybe another time later this season when Sandy Ridge outsiders come in or all around the happiest place in Northeast Ohio. We call Sandy Ridge. I mean, the next, you know, we're going to hopefully, you know, next NASCAR race review will be combined with the, you know, going over the regular season, Spurs regular season finale. So they always see us at the house on making multiple, like 2 separate videos. The next Sandy Ridge vlog, I don't know when that's going to be, but like I said, whenever it comes, it comes. Well, not just the next Sandy Ridge vlog, but the standalone Garra Acción Isidore episode and the standalone Tim Duncan recreate episode that happens once a year during spring production, each and every season. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. And by the time you're seeing this, tomorrow morning, the Cleveland Monsters Hockey Night in America video will be up at 6:15 tomorrow. You know, before we get up to go to work. You know, my mom doesn't have to work this week for spring break, so we don't have to help her close this garage door. So it's not going to be no big deal this week since she's on spring break for the week, since she works at a school for being a teacher. So we get to enjoy a beauty sleep each and every day this week. So with that being the regular season finale week for the Spurs and most of the other teams too, my arm's getting tired, but this garage door will be fully functioning properly in no time. I just don't know when, but the way we close out these videos when we're going through the garage, this way back into the house from a Sandy Ridge adventure, or something that's kind of the Sandy Ridge adventure, like taking out the trash in a situation like this, it's gonna have to be a little altered for now until we can get a professional, someone with a PhD who are basically, really savvy with this kind of stuff to happily fix it and help us, hopefully show us what was something something that we didn't know that could get it like properly working again. But I get it, it's frustrating, but we're gonna have to deal with it for now until it gets properly fixed by someone who knows what they're doing, because we tried and we couldn't figure it out. We didn't know what we were doing. But it's better that it's somewhat working in some kind of way than not working at all. But things will be back to normal in no time when it comes to some of these departments. Everything has been working itself out so far. Everything's going great. A lot of things are back to normal. A lot of projects have been done to make the house looking great. It's still a work in progress before it's a finished product. But let's get in the house and rest. Help our mom, put our pajamas on, rest, then help our mom, and then have the rest of the night to ourselves until we get to go to work and stack them up at Kenny Wallace on a Coca-Cola Big Let's tomorrow and get that money for tomorrow for the only outing we're going to do this week at work. So hope everyone had a great Easter. So I'll catch you all in the next upload after the Cleveland Monsters video gets uploaded at 6:15 tomorrow before we go to work. And the next upload will be going to the Spurs game against the Sixers tomorrow night at the SBC Center in San Antonio for the first of Final Four regular season games of the Spurs, which will all be home in Santa Arena. So see you later, everyone. Happy Easter to all, and to all a good day. All right, everybody, get in the house. Let's go.
The smoothest place on your radio, 107.